Welcome back to the channel. First, hit that subscribe button if you haven't. Okay, so Apple's event revealed to us that the iPhone 13 lineup, no AirPods third generation, so we'll have to still wait for those. They revealed to us a full iPhone 13 lineup, which was great. Now, my initial question, should you upgrade to the iPhone 13 Pro or the Max version, is simply what exactly you have right now at the moment. Because if you have a 12 Pro Max, you'll have to do a side-by-side comparison to see what you are getting extra. Of course, if you have thousands of pounds lying around, then by all means go ahead and buy one, and buy one for me as well. I definitely won't object. So I'll go through the features, what makes it worthwhile, and then give my opinion right at the end of it. So first of all is the screen sizes, okay? There's nothing new here. Although ProMotion is now enabling 120Hz smooth motion when you're scrolling through it. And I'm going to be completely honest, having a 60Hz panel did not detract from the experience on an XS Max. And I've seen it on the iPhone 12 Pro Max, and it definitely doesn't detract from it. In fact, simply, I didn't really care about it until they announced it. Now, having the ProMotion on the iPad Pro 11, however, has been a game changer for multitasking and definitely scrolling when I changed it back to 60 frames per second. It's not going to be a drain on battery because they said it's going to be a dynamic refresh rate, so that should be a good thing. The screen is 1000 nits, which is just mind-blowing. Now, a maximum of 1200 nits, which is the same as the iPhone 12 Pro Max. Yeah, just about the same. But to think the MacBook Air M1 is only 400 nits. I mean, if I put that that's a max brightness. Imagine something more than twice, 2 to 3 times as bright as that. That's just crazy. Now, obviously, my retinas can't take that sort of brightness after a while. They would burn out. Speaking of burnout, it is an OLED screen, okay? So if you have it at max brightness, for a certain amount of time, I don't know, an hour, 2 hours, you're going to get screen burning, and Apple Care does not cover screen burning. In fact, no manufacturer covers screen burning, so please be careful. If you have an OLED screen and you're just putting the brightness max, you'll suddenly find that your Safari taskbar is engraved in, depending on what you've been doing or what you've been watching. The notch is slightly smaller. I mean, it's still there, but I'd rather have a notch than a selfie camera hole poking out of a full-length display, because that would just look weird. Now, having the small bar there does differentiate it, at least for the eyes. That battery life, oh my word, that is a game changer. 28 hours of video playback. Now, I know when they give these stats, that's probably for offline video playback at the lowest brightness level that probably no human being can watch. But still, that's great when you think that the 12 Pro Max was around 20 hours. I mean, that's truly an all-day battery life. It'll be interesting to see what 5G does to that battery estimate when you have it on. I'm not bothered about water resistant, okay? I mean, it's nice that it is there. I would never take my phone anywhere near water. I don't care what rating it's got. Having the IP68 rating simply means I have more confidence of a few splashes dropping on it. I would never drop it in a tub of water. Even if I dropped it down the toilet, my arm would be down that toilet as fast as can be, just trying to get it out. Onto the way. Now, I don't know what... I mean, it's really heavy, the Pro Max. Even for my giant hands. Okay, it's only 12 grams heavier. But for other people, maybe 12 grams is a big difference. I don't know, I'm not sure. Maybe they want to try it out in person. Maybe they don't want anything big. I mean, forget the weight itself. It's the size that's probably a challenge for most hands. Now, the camera, here's where there's a few changes. The cinematic mode is introduced, which should be a huge boost for those into their video quality, because it says the iPhone can now shoot with a shallow depth of field and automatically add elegant focus transitions between subjects, which is great. It just means when you zoom in, change to another face, picks it up and it puts it in focus. Then when you change back to the existing face, it sort of zooms back to that one. Okay, and you can change the focus or adjust the level of bokeh even after capture. Now, I did have to look up what bokeh was again, and the pronunciation. It's supposed to be pronounced similar to bouquet, but not quite like it. It's basically a feature on portrait, attributed to portrait mode, whereby the background just blurs. Smart HDR is now the 4th iteration. The zoom has been improved. Now, the zooming on iPhones has been generally poor, especially when you consider what Samsung has got on some of its phones. Still, this is a welcome change and should be a major improvement. Low light photos should be vastly superior due to an upgrade in the aperture. Now, that means it lets in more light. So iPhones have been notorious for low light photos. Now, the iPhone 11 improved on this, the iPhone 12 even more so. This one they're saying 92%, which will just be mad to see. Macro photography features are great. So this just means more cinematic and creative photos as the camera can really zoom in and focus on something. I mean, it's crazy to think that this is just a smartphone camera. But then again, this isn't any smartphone, is it? So if you have an older phone and you don't care about the iPhone 13 Pro Max and were waiting for the iPhone 12 Pro Max to reduce in price, then go for it. But upgrading to this model, if your model certainly is the iPhone XS range or below, is very much worth it because of what you're getting. I mean, 28 hours of battery. Come on, all right, it's going to be 20 hours at least, but that's just ridiculously high. So I'm actually on the verge of ordering one because of my iPhone XS Max. Just having that upgrade, I do actually film all my videos on the XS Max. It's just amazing. And even the mic quality is good. And to have an even better quality camera for the videos would be brilliant. So I'm certainly pondering about that. As always, let me know in the comments below what you think. Are you being swayed by this model? Is it the battery life? Is it camera features, promotion? Or are you just not bothered and happy with your current phone? I've seen a lot of users with iPhone 6Ss and 7s and they're perfectly happy with them. Why not? I mean, they're being updated with the latest OS and they still run great. So hit that subscribe button. The channel is growing slowly. I really do appreciate the positive comments that I've been receiving. Didn't realize I'd sort of have a few, but I've been trying to like and reply to every single comment that comes on the channel. And until next time.